If you could all please give it up for Jon and Leandro, they're going to break down what FLKR World's all about. Thank you.
The last time I held a mic, I blacked out, so I hope it doesn't happen. I've cotton mouth like crazy too. I want to pass these out, so you just have them to pass around. My name is Leandro. I did not prepare this speech whatsoever, but we only have 4 minutes each, so I'm going to try to get to the main meat of why we're here. One of the questions was, how did you come across this venture? And I think this venture came across me. And I've known Jon since I was 14 years old. We went to high school together in Phoenix, Arizona. And we've always had crazy ideas together. And it was, I don't know, you called me like some random day and he showed me what he made in his garage. I'm like, man, that's crazy. Where'd you make that? Or where'd you get it? He's like, no, I made it. And I was like, how? And, so lo and behold, this is where we're at today. So I also want to mention that there's a lot of common red threads that I hear in a lot of the speeches, which is I've been obsessed with personal development, and I think that is the core of developing yourself and learning skills and becoming valuable in the marketplace or whatever you call reality. That's if you just focus on yourself, you just stand out from the crowd so much more. So that's. And then how do I relate this to the flicker or lighter? It's, at some point, I was telling somebody just now, I was like, at some point I think we all want to create something, right? And whether it's whether it's kids or whether it's a business or whether it's, your ideal living situation, we all want to kind of create something and bring it to reality. So the fact that this came across my path and, it's my first venture and, when money goes into it and it's your own money, then it becomes just that much more real. And, so we're aiming to launch next month in September. We're going to be launching at the Boston Freedom Rally. It's a big cannabis festival, and hey! I like it. And so we're considered an ancillary cannabis product. So we're not actually in the cannabis plants scene, but we're just on the edge of it, on the wave. So I think it's a great opportunity. It's a huge market. We've been big proponents of the cannabis, and it's almost 2020, and laws are changing. And not only it's not only about growing and smoking or whatever, but there's a whole industry surrounding this, like law or HR or marketing. There's just a whole industry surrounding, just forming around this industry, and it's growing faster than we can even imagine. So just the fact that I get to do this with you, man, I love it, dude.
So, my name's Jonathan. I guess I'm the inventor of the FLKR, and me and him, we're excited because we feel like we've definitely had a big chance to kind of come across something. We're patent pending. We have 2 designs. We have one that's an original lighter, and the one that we passed out is the sleeve version. So eventually, we hope to kind of get them a little bit more personalized and kind of become kind of like a symbol for the cannabis industry in a way, for the new lighters, I guess. When people have a FLKR, I can relate instantly and being like, okay, cool, I can ask him if we can smoke later or something. And just some sort of weird, it gives us a little bit more of a connection. But originally, I'm from New Mexico. I was born, grew up in Phoenix. We went to high school together. Then kind of split up. I was moved to Boston to go to school, get a better opportunity. And then the idea came across. I had a fidget spinner in my pocket, and I was like, man, this thing is kind of cool, but it's missing something. It doesn't really have that extra oomph. And I remember having a lighter and that in my pocket, and I was like, they just need to mix these things together. And then I was like, and then I started drilling holes, and then called him up, and I was like, look at this thing. I think we can actually sell this. And I think that and right away we just started putting money into it. It's very difficult. I would definitely say that like he said, once you start putting money into it and it starts to feel like there's a chance that it can either fail or succeed, it starts to really grow and become so many different things. And I believe that we can go really far with it.
I want to say something about friendship and starting a business. It's definitely not easy because, at first it does start off as a project. It's like, oh, cool, let's do this. Oh, yeah, nice, yeah. And we spend money and we see how far it goes. We get a patent search and we just, lawyers get involved and all that stuff. But it's absolutely possible. But I think you do have to set certain ground rules from the beginning, and I think it's what's called an operating agreement. You have to, make it clear that, there needs to be some type of framework in place where if something happens, I don't want to jeopardize the friendship, and so if certain red flags arise, then there should be a backup net that that's supports that prevents anything from happening?
I don't know how much time we have. We're like 3 minutes in, so I guess we can still talk a little bit more. So I graduated from UMass Boston recently. Like he did say that it does take a lot of thank you, English and philosophy, kind of a little bit off of entrepreneurship, but I believe that we're gonna do okay in it. But yeah, I believe that the friendship, like he says, it's not easy. Sometimes you really have to call somebody out on it, and I feel like that's the part you have to be able to decipher friendship and business and not feel like they're judging you, but more of like just pointing out certain things that will help out and being very open-minded. And I think that we both kind of had that mentality since we were younger, and that's kind of like why we work together well. But other than that,
It's like raising a child, I think.
yeah.
No, don't do this. No, don't do that. Just watch out. No. It's too late. Don't go to sleep. It's all that. But how much time? 2 minutes? 2 minutes. All right. What else? Yeah. Where can you find us? Well, we're just here for brand recognition, brand awareness. We're not, here for we don't have a pitch deck yet. We're still working on it, and so we're just here for if you have Instagram, which I think most of us probably do, unless you deactivated it. Go to @FLKR World, and it'll pop up as Flickr Lighter, and just give us a follow or check it out, see what you and any thoughts, please. Much appreciated. We got so much feedback over the past month, so it's very valuable.
Last thing, I guess, we do have a survey, so we'll set up a little table in the back to show you guys the progression of where we started, the very first one to kind of how it is right now. So definitely come help us out with that. It'll be very easy. My final thought is anybody can come up with anything, and I guess it's just really about trying to move forward with it and just kind of believing in it, and also finding people who want to support and believe your dream as well, and just you guys grow together. But I think that's it. So.